Now they're happening now.
So feel free to tell the crowd about your lovely selves.
Hey everyone, we're Down Boogie. We're a YouTube channel and we do some web series. One of them is Mario Warfare. It's like a military action version of the Mario Brothers. We have another one, horribly titled Modern War Gear Solid. We didn't learn about coming up with good series names until after we made it. But it's another great web series, and it stars Solid Snake and it stars Ghost from Modern Warfare, and they're like an odd couple that have to go on missions together. And we also do convention coverage and go to cool events and try to capture some of the vibe of events and set it to cool music and put it on YouTube so that people can, learn about different events, probably somewhat like what you guys do. Anyway, yeah, anyone else?
Chris.
I'm Christopher G. Moore. I'm co-writer on Mario Warfare and also play the character of Kamek.
Hi, I'm Alina Koch and I play Princess Peach in Mario Warfare.
I'm Brian Lee. I play Toad and Ghost and several, and Donkey Kong and several other characters in the Mario Warfare series.
Hey, I'm Matthew Sumner. I play Mario Snake. Yeah, and a lot of other characters as well. So, Wario.
All right,
I'm
awesome.
a little hoarse right now, I'm sorry.
The floor is open for questions.
Yeah, I'm a little hoarse.
I guess. Start. Joshua Altobelli from WCCA TV13. Just wondering, how did you guys all get started with this project?
Well, we used to, some friends of mine, Matt and our friend Blake, we used to work in indie film, like real low budget indie film, and we mostly focused on stunts and action, and we finally kind of got to the point where we had made a couple movies and we're seeking distribution, and we kind of got involved with the people that wear all the suits and everything, and it was a horrible, horrible experience. That's kind of when we realized the industry has, some artists, and then it has a lot of people in suits just kind of trying to, take everything from the artists and
Make it their own.
and ruin it. So I kind of quit filmmaking, and then when some newer, cheaper cameras came out, like these SLRs, I just kind of wanted to play around with the cameras just for fun. And we got the band back together, so to speak, to make some little action shorts, but we were just doing it as a test. We weren't gonna do anything with it. And because of that, we're like, let's just have fun and put some like video game characters in this and, some stuff. Since it's just a test, we don't have to worry about copyright issues or anything. But as we were working on our first web series, we didn't even know it was gonna be a web series. It was just this one video. We realized people are going to want to see this. Like it's very funny, like these video game characters in this. So we put it online and it blew up and got about 1 million views, and people kept asking like, when's the next episode? And we're like, oh, it's not really like a series, but I guess we'll make more episodes now. And basically we've been doing that ever since. And these two guys and myself started out more in stunts, fight choreography and stuff. But as we tried to tell stories, we realized we needed like actors and stuff. So that's where Alina and some of our other people came in. We've kind of been adopting cast and crew along the way.
Awesome.
I'm Sarah from morepower.com. Today I do some work on chat roulette, and like every other human being on Earth, I stay as far away from chat roulette as humanly possible. So I want to ask why the decision to do work on there, as well as obviously your YouTube channel.
Well, the chat roulette actually isn't us. There's another creator here that does the chat roulette thing, and it's easy to confuse us because we do end up in the same bars.
I'll revise my question then.
Sure.
Since you all play so many characters, do you have a favorite character or favorite line from one of your videos?
I want to see if I can do Snake here. But yeah, that's one of them. Get my box. And then, hey, crybaby. There's some others.
Yeah, if anyone's played Metal Gear, you probably know that Snake often sneaks around in a cardboard box, and when he's teamed up with Ghost in one of our series, they're trying to escape, and Snake's trying to convince Ghost to climb in his box with them to escape together, and Ghost just says he'd rather be shot and runs off on his own.
Well, actually, unfortunately, fortunately, in Modern Warfare, I was dubbed the entire another character, another person. But see, I'd have to say in Mario Warfare, actually, I'm dead most of the.
This is a favorite line from the princess.
Yeah. No, my favorite line, actually, I like Wario's line. No, I like Wario's line. You know where.
He's been saying it all
It's
weekend.
stuck in my head.
I'm like, where are we gonna go? You know where.
Just to preface it, the princess says, like, because she's got, she sees her father's cape on Wario, and her father's been killed, so, by Wario, so she's like, where did you get that? And then he says,
You know where.
so you can see why we would use that for various situations during the weekend.
Do you have a favorite line?
Well, I mean, my character was much smaller than the rest of these people. I was just happy to play a villain and actually shoot Mario. So for me, it was just to be cool, the cool badass villain, you know, who even in his dying moment cares about like hailing Bowser. So that was the cool thing for me, is play a cool villain character.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We have a fairly diverse audience, but definitely amongst, like, our demographic is probably like kind of high school age, or even middle school, high school age. And we have heard people talking back and forth, or not heard, seen on forums, that some of the funny punchlines we come up with in our episodes are getting repeated in like the hallways of schools, and that anytime we can come up with like a nice phrase, like a funny line that's like, this is going to be a catchphrase, it's really good. So we do aim to make some cool moments.
I forgot, I don't even know if I told you guys this, but on my Facebook page, someone actually messaged me and said that in their high school theater class, they take some of the lines from our series and act them out. And I thought that was really cool.
Awesome. I had a question. How would you define the difficulty of setting up a group like this and getting all together for the final product, of course? This is beautiful.
1 out of 10 on difficulty. 20,000. Yeah, it's really difficult. If you're working in a local area, trying to make films, you know, it's very hard to find reliable people, and it's very hard to find people that are willing to put in the time and effort it takes to make films. So you kind of like start with the 1 or 2 people you can depend upon, and maybe every year you might meet someone new that's reliable enough to join the team. So it's slow going, but you're always working with amazing people, so that's the good part.
Awesome.
Oh, I didn't mean you guys.
Any other questions?
Feel free to ask them questions.
Okay, WCCA, that's Wild Camels and Crocheting Association.
No, that's Worcester Community Access. Yeah, I'm from Massachusetts. Yeah, it's like,
Was that the question?
Kevin Smith, when's your next movie?
Well, they just said that they couldn't fund Clerks 3, so hopefully we can get a Kickstarter together.
Thank you, big fan.
You have a question? Okay.
Yeah, Nick DeSimone from Connecticut Cruise News. Do you have any upcoming projects that you have in the works?
Yeah, we can't, I mean, we have some ideas we can't like specifically talk about. One thing we realize, especially now that everyone's putting stuff out on YouTube and there's so much creativity and creation, it's like if you sleep on an idea, someone else is going to do it. In fact, we just saw a video recently of someone covered in a Mentos suit being dunked into a vat of Diet Coke. And for 2 years we've been saying, as soon as we finish Mario Warfare, we're going to cover Brian in Mentos and put him in a 50-gallon drum of Diet Coke. And now someone else has gone to and done it. Epic Meal Time. So now we're thinking of a different solution. So we do have a lot of ideas that we can't mention, but the main thing is Mario Warfare was a series that took us 2 years to complete, or a little more. And we don't want to get tied up into that type of commitment again soon. So we're going to try to do a lot of short one-offs and just maybe some 5-minute short films and parodies and stuff like that. Almost more like Robot Chicken sort of format.
Cool, thank you.
Where, and I went to fan.com. Where does an idea like Mario Warfare just come up? Like, sometimes you gotta be sitting there and just be like, my Warfare Mario, perfect.
Chris is also Chris helped me write. I had a lot of writing block, and Chris helped me overcome that. If you want to see where your ideas come from.
I mean, a lot of the stuff we do is we're inspired by a lot of different types of movies. I mean, if you watch any of our stuff, especially some of the fight scenes, you'll see the inspiration. Like the first episode, there's a fight scene between them that, if you've ever seen the movie Equilibrium, it looks similar to. So we're inspired by, I mean, there's like a scene in that's a parody, sort of a fight club, called Smash Club. So, so a lot of it has to do with, we do this because we enjoy the types of movies that we're sort of paying homage to. And so that's where it comes from. It's like, we love action films, we love a lot of the, the different type of dramatic moments that happen and stuff. And so to sort of take that sort of goofy Super Mario universe and to make it like they do, Dark Knight and these type of things, and make it sort of more gritty. I think that's the main thing, is doing the stuff that we love, and and making it happen, and then I think that's why the fans appreciate it online, is because they're like, oh wow, I wish I came up with that idea.
I just kind of thought of this, where when you see little kids and they got all their toys and they just got He-Man and Transformers going at it. And it's like, those aren't from the same franchise, but little kids. What I'm saying is we're basically little kids with expensive cameras.
Yeah. Well, the one cool thing that I really love about what we do is there's people cosplaying in different parts of the world as Mario Warfare characters. And to have that kind of impression worldwide, that's an amazing thing to do. So,
we have time for one more question.
So I know that both of you had indie background, indie film background, but I was kind of wondering where the rest of the cast came in. Where were you? How did you get in on the project?
Well, I went to film school, the same school as Micah, and then met Micah through the video store where we all hung out and talked about action films and like let's do some stuff. Let's go out and get a camera and come up with a fight scene, and it just evolved from there. It's been about 12 years, and yeah, I've been Micah about 12 years. So it took us that long to get to the YouTube point, the internet to catch up and all that stuff. The good ideas.
Okay, so actually I am a martial arts instructor, and Micah used to be one of my horrible students that we had to beat daily. And then when he went off to film school in a nearby city, we lost touch for, I'd say, 5 or 6 years. And then he rolls back into town one day. He's like, hey, I'm throwing a party. And okay, hey, why don't you come to Greensboro? All right, so yeah, I basically started partying with Micah, and this is a horrible way to get into the film industry.
Well, I used to have this pretty crazy loft apartment that was kind of known for throwing big parties.
We don't even go into details about the parties. Let me say, so I started hanging out with him there, and then it was the key. Oh, that's actually where I met him. I met Matt. He was like, hey, I need somebody who does this bit of action that can fight Matt, because Matt is a very intimidating man. And so we started that, and that was about 12 years ago. So I would say drunkenly at parties is how I got into this.
I guess I've been with these guys about 4 or 5 years or something like that. I met them at a premiere for one of their feature film, Dogs in Chinatown. And that's where I met Micah and a bunch of these other guys. And we just started talking and hit it off, and I told him I'm an actress. So that's what I do back in North Carolina. I am a full-time actress there. There I do other stuff like voiceovers and things like that. This is my passion project, kind So I really enjoy this. So.
In other words, she didn't get paid.
So yeah, so we started doing small one-off skits and doing things like that, and then we just started working more together. And I had a small part in Modern Warfare Solid 2 and as well, and it's just grown from there. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually at the same premiere, and so that's when I met him for the first time. Actually, I met Micah for the first time at DragonCon, and he was on a film panel, because I'm a filmmaker as well, and so that's, I've made a lot of short films and stuff. Actually, I have one next weekend. I'm going to a convention in South Carolina, because my film is actually going to be screening there. So I'm a filmmaker, and so meeting these guys, like, I really want to be a part of this and stuff. And then when Mario Warfare came about, you know, that's when I got the opportunity to do some writing and stuff and come up with a lot of the ideas. So it's really fun. I like to collaborate with other filmmakers, and I've had a blast working with these guys.
Is that it? All right. Sadly, that's all the time we have.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Down Boogie. Thank you so much.